Good morning, good evening, and welcome to World of Warships. My name is Robin, and today, well, we are trying something different. But first of all, thank you very much for tuning in the video. I really appreciate it, and I hope you will enjoy your time here. But hey, wait a minute. The interface does not ring a bell. The minimap isn't at the same location, graphisms are different. This isn't World of Warships. No, this is the console version of Warships, Legends, on the Xbox One, to be precise, at least for this gameplay. And we are sailing the Tier 3 US battleship, Arkansas. For our captain, we've assigned George Dewey. His base trait is Sixth Sense, and the selected skills are Barely Out of Peril, Ferocious, Crisscross, and Reaching Out XXL. For the modules, I've installed Secondary Battery Modification 2, Damage Control System Modification 2, Target Acquisition System Modification 1, and Artillery Plotting Room Modification 2. Now, for those who do not own a console, or just never played that game yet, you might not have any idea on what these skills are, or why even Arkansas is a Tier 3 battleship in the first place. Well, I think I would need an entire different video to cover all the changes and diversifications Legends has compared to PC. But hey, the core gameplay is honestly the same, even though slightly faster paced. And considering the couple of good games I had, I figured I would do an episode or two, see if you guys enjoy this version of Warships as well. It's also good to be back. I've been focusing on my new life recently, and there was enough happening for me to steer away from YouTube. But you know me, not the first time I've been dipping in and out for random periods of time. But let's get back to our gameplay. After a couple of missed salvos on perfectly broadsided cruisers, we pushed quite aggressively on the west side of Delta. A decent majority of the enemy team is there. We are counting 2 battleships, 3 cruisers and 1 destroyer. And considering the teams in Legends are only 9 versus 9, well, that is a considerable force. Right now, while taking shots and trying to finish broadside, I'm also plotting my escape route. The only destroyer of the enemy team is on this side, and pushing inside the cluster of islands in front of me will not be too dangerous considering. It will also allow me to link up with my team pushing Alpha and try to attack Bravo behind their backs. Enemy Phoenix, that we hit quite hard previously, pops back in our line of sight, and we're able to finish him off, granting us our first kill of the game. But we also lost a cruiser, and the enemy team is aggressively gaining grounds on Delta. We are heavily outnumbered, and it's not really looking good. I'm slowing down here, so I can fire a couple of more salvos on enemy cruisers before it's time to book it away. All these broadsides, these guys are basically asking for it. Although our sequential dispersion is going to say no, and the paper-thin Phoenix, even though hit with a Citadel, does not go down just yet. And at this point, considering that I am now the last ship on this side since our Izokaze is about to take a torpedo, well, every one of these shots are gonna have to count. But Arkansas is not a ship to be messing around with, especially in close quarters. As you could see, the secondary range is quite impressive for a tier, and we are landing some decent hits. Rotating the back turrets grants us another clear shot on the Phoenix, and he goes down this time with yet another overkill Citadel. Now, outside of an obvious cruiser torpedo threat, the 2 enemy battleships on Delta do not have an angle on me. That's gonna allow me to brawl these cruisers without really having to worry about my broadside. The Arkansas also has a pretty interesting turret layout. All while kiting away, like I'm doing right now, I'm able to switch side while keeping 4 out of my 6 turrets firing. And that greedy Danae is about to feel the full consequences of that. 1 well-placed shot, 2 citadels, and well, back to port for you, my sweet British cruiser. But hey, we are not out of the fray just yet. While we are about to start capturing Bravo and deal with their only battleship there, the enemy destroyer has now a clear path to Charlie. Basically, both teams are ringing around the rosies for now. And we just have enough time to load our guns that the next target comes in line, and that is the enemy Kuma, making a rush for it. I am keeping the island as torpedo cover so I can just push forward and deny any angle, and that Kuma did not take that into consideration. That plus the double citadel she just received on her side. our secondaries are going to finish the job and grant us our 4th kill of the game. I do have to admit, since the game is still quite new, most players do not have yet the full incentive on what's not to do in order to keep your ship afloat, and we are able to shamelessly take advantage of that. Even though the situation we just got out from could have had a different outcome with a bit less luck. But we have successfully got out of the cluster and we can now engage the enemy Arkansas. She has to deal with the entirety of our remaining teammates, and I would not like to be in her position right now. As expected, the enemy destroyer pushed into Charlie, but is actually not even interested on capping after all, and both him and the remaining Kuma are now pushing my friendly cruiser Phoenix right behind me. I'm trying to get an angle on the Kuma to support, but the island is blocking the way and I waste a full salvo. I also know the Arkansas is right in front of me still, but I'm expecting the rest of my team to deal with her. Although, if I have to go for the ram, well, so be it. I have done my share of the job so far. Partial damage from our secondaries grant us the Confederate achievement, as I am lining up another salvo, this time for the Farragut. I tend to aim a little bit too low on the shots. I realized that by rewatching this game several times, and the US destroyer unfortunately gets away, killing our Phoenix in the process. Meanwhile, our secondaries are setting the Arkansas ablaze and she's burning, indeed, although a bit too close for comfort. She's hurting and almost out of the fight, but if I can prevent a ram and save my ship after all, well, I better do it now. Rather hard to port, we rotate the front gun and execute the enemy battleship with a bow shot, granting us our Kraken Unleashed. All things considered, not a bad run at all. We have not lost that many hit points in these engagements and have dealt a severe blow to the enemy team in return. Only the Farragut and an Iron Duke now remain. It's a 2 versus 4 and should be an undeniable win. 97,000 total damage dealt so far. Not as impressive as some other games, but then you have to remember that there is only 9 ships to deal damage on anyway. And crap, I got carried away by the action and forgot I was in the capture zone. I cut the engine in order to stay inside it, but Arkansas is a fat ship and the inertia is going to inevitably push us out of the zone, and resetting it 5 seconds prior to capture. Oh well, no capture points for me I guess. Might as well push and try to deal with the Iron Duke instead. The Farragut is still wandering about the map though, contesting our caps, but is too low HP to have any significant impact on that game anymore. He also gets detected, crossing back towards Charlie, and we do land a hit, although our New York nails the kill. In the meantime, the Iron Duke is in a brawl with our destroyer. We got some clear shots over the island, and we will try to pump more damage in. A couple of solid hits, nothing spectacular, and the game ends with our friendly Congo finishing off the British battleship, granting us the victory. Hey, don't mind the French interface, by the way. I had my Xbox setting in my native language, same for the captain voiceover actually. And you know what? Might as well read the entire post's battle result in French while we're at it. Au total, 212 000 points de dégâts infligés, presque 6 000 points d'expérience atteints, approximativement 9 000 points d'expérience d'élite et 269 000 crédits emmagasinés. Pour les médailles, nous avons remporté gros calibre, Kraken déchaîné, expert des combats rapprochés, soutien et frappe dévastatrice. 6 navires coulés, 8 citadelles et 2300 points d'expérience de base. I should do this more often, to be honest. Well, people, this video is coming to an end. Thank you very much for sticking all the way through. I hope you've enjoyed your time, and if you did, give the video a thumbs up. If you did not, then thumbs down, but stay tuned anyway. As always, there will be more content to come about World of Warships. And please tell me in the comments if you'd like to see more about Legends. Actually, whether you like it or not, I probably will do a couple more videos, but it would be interesting to have your feedback on it, as always. But that's me out. Until next time, you have a good one, and you take it easy.